Hi Taurus, welcome to your timeless general reading. Today I have the Dreams of Gaia Tarot for you. So let's see what messages come out for Taurus. So if you notice, I'm in a new place. These readings are slightly later than I would have wanted, these last three, because I have moved. I'm glad it doesn't look as bad as it did a few days ago. Alright, let's see. No! Okay, I'm not taking this giant pile that fell out. I'm going to leave it to the side. So the first thing that came out was the Ten of Fire card. So this is not, it's not exactly the same as Ten of Wands meaning here. So this is really about being in balance, hence the chakras in alignment, like being in alignment with your purpose. At least that's what I'm picking up from it. I don't have the book with me, and I don't want to bust it out right now anyway. But this is, yeah, giving me the idea of you being aligned with your purpose and charging forward with it. And because the being's a bit transparent, and if you see, like, it's kind of blending in with the cosmic side of it. This could be a bit on being more aligned with the cosmic order versus the earthly society order, which is not easy to explain, but basically understanding existence better and your role in the universe, however big or small. The second card is intuition. And the next to that is wisdom. Intuition and wisdom. So I almost get the idea that right now with you, these are two opposing ideas. Intuition and wisdom. Let's see, it's not focusing very well. So intuition is like what you pick up in your gut, the feelings in the moment. Wisdom is what you've learned over time and integrated over time. So I think you have to learn how to use both of these things in a flowing way versus letting them conflict with each other, clash with each other. And then here's the Three of Earth. So that's a similar thing. I think this is more of a work message too, or partnership message in regards to work. If you can see, he's planting the acorns, the squirrel's right there, and he's bleeding. It's like he's putting his blood into this work or this creation, sacrificing a bit of himself. And also, if you see closely, it's almost like his lower half is not animal-like, as if he was like a satyr. It's plant-like. It's like he's part tree, actually, from the below. So putting something, it's like giving back and putting something of yourself in what you do. This one's Six of Air. So all the air cards in here kind of represent duality, light and dark, and air is mental energy. So I'm a little bit drawn to right here how it's the wings are not matching the sides, that are like the black wings on the white side and the white wings on the black side. So this is a bit of gray to me, like learning when to incorporate the gray, the nuance in situations too. So maybe working with someone who you would not have expected to work with, or joining something that you wouldn't have expected, or you were pretty much opposed to before. What's a good example? Like, say you want to be very ground up in whatever you're doing, maybe your business, your club, and you didn't really want to give into, say, Facebook marketing or Facebook algorithms, but now you're finding yourself going towards that because it's the best way for you to reach people. It's the best avenue for you to get there. Yeah, the seneschal. This is earth energy too, but this kind of represents that too. The seneschal also operates in the gray, like as basically a servant or right hand person to the king or queen. There's a lot of gray in what the seneschal does, because the king and queen has an image to uphold one way or another. Even if they're a dictator, they have an image to uphold. So if a good monarch, or one monarch that cares about their appearance, if they needed to do something like some kind of enforcement or people had to be taken care of, they would send this seneschal. If it's a dictator and they actually wanted to help somebody, they would send this seneschal. They're like a smooth talker. They know how to get things done, like a chief of staff type deal. So it's like cooperating, getting someone to operate in those gray areas for you, you know, knowing what needs to be done. And I think this is part of what the wisdom and intuition is clashing here, because it's your wisdom that has taught you this is how the world works on things. But it's this new cosmic energy or need to be in alignment, your intuition telling you what's right or wrong in a situation, that's causing you to think twice about the way you're going about things. It's like you want to stay in the pure area, but you're gonna have to learn how to do a bit of both. And it's tough in the first especially in the first few years of becoming spiritually aligned, or just aligned with your own happiness, your life purpose in general, to not get too dogmatic about it, to not get too black and white about it. And I think that's a bit of what this is saying too. Yes, there is black and white, but there isn't only black and white. There is the gray area. So I guess also what this card is saying is that while you can, you know, have your own seneschal, don't believe that some of you is not involved here. Don't believe that this is not still going to be a part of your legacy or whatever karma that you have on earth. At the bottom, interesting, 5 of fire. So it's like conflict. What is this telling me? Maybe some of your work will involve coming into conflict with people, and that's why you have to operate in the gray. Like, especially in these kind of political times, I'm seeing a lot of people realizing they have to kind of move over to the more offensive type, offense as in versus defense. Rather than being defensive in a protective mode, you might have to be in a more active mode where you're going forth, and you might have to come into conflict. The fact is, the other side doesn't mind the conflict. They don't. They freely engage to their own detriment. And you're going to have to figure out, you know, what your comfort zone is. And that, yeah, I'm looking at some of these cards that fell out. It is very interesting here. This is like a very, yeah, it's one of those deals when all these cards fall out. I take it as like, this is the background of the situation, of what you've been dealing with, what you've learned and integrated. Because the first thing is like Queen of Water out here. It's like Queen of Water, this 8 of Air. And that gives me a bit of conflict. I always take this card as conflict. Like the thoughts that you fight with. 8 of Fire, being very upfront and vibrant. Queen of Earth. Love. Self. Yeah. Love self. There you go, right there. And then healing and thought. So, look. Self-love healing. There you go. Self-love healing. So I feel like you've been in this energy for a while. And with this thought card coming out too, you might have struggled in the past with overthinking or just being very mentally blocked in situations. You know, whether that means you're a more thinking type or, you know, you're not a thinking type and you really get hung up on the kind of thoughts you have, because that's the idea this always gives me, like weighing two options or just like suppressing yourself. I always get that from that card. So next I'm going to look at the Life Purpose Oracle and see, which I guess makes sense for this whole alignment message. So I just kind of randomly and intuitively pick decks, and usually whatever oracle deck I pick is going to match with the message. I think only occasionally I'm like, was I drawn to this deck? So let's see what it says. No, don't fall. Nope, I'm not taking that. Oh yeah. Yep. Look at this. Career change. You're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and deserve. And then counseling. You heal with, let's see. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. So that might be something you want to look into. Being in you know, and I don't mean like full-on psychology or like counselor license, just being in a position where you can offer your wisdom to other people. Talk to your angels. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. Yeah, there does seem to be a bit of concern over the possible direction you can take and what you have to do. And then the bottom is heart's desires. Come on. The angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become reality. So there's a definite shift and coming into alignment with your purpose, and it just might involve doing things out of your comfort zone. But I think so long as you can kind of accept that the spiritual path is not black and white, it's not the same for everybody, you know, it's not all love and light all the time. Your work is not always going to be so cut and dry, you know. I think that's the biggest message here, that you need to be able, you were born on earth for a reason. You were given an ego for a reason, and that's to navigate these modern constructs, even if sometimes your intuition kind of repulses you from it. So that's what I have, Taurus. Thank you.